Pack your bags and leave, taking nothing with you, not even a single piece of furniture. My sister-in-law's words echoed in my ears, cutting through the air with a sharpness that stunned me. Since my husband Noah's passing, she had taken liberties within our home, disregarding my ownership and the memories embedded within its walls. No matter how many times I reminded her that this was mine and Noah's sanctuary, she remained indifferent. Faced with her unwavering resolve, I realized resistance would be futile. So, with a heavy heart, I acquiesced to her demand, leaving behind everything as she desired. "My name is Isabella," I declared, a quiet assertion of my identity amidst the chaos. Noah, a promising young CEO who inherited his father's business empire, and I, his devoted secretary turned wife, had shared a journey of love and companionship. Our bond had weathered storms, our love enduring and unwavering. Yet, amidst our happiness lurked a shadow in the form of my older brother, Liam. Liam's presence, marked by financial strain and familial discord, cast a pall over our lives. Despite my efforts to support him, his insatiable demands for money only grew, fueled by a gambling addiction that threatened to consume him. His wife Harper added to our woes, her presence a constant reminder of the complications that entangled us. In the luxurious confines of our high-rise apartment, furnished with aspirations of a future filled with happiness and children, the weight of familial obligations bore down upon us, threatening to unravel the life Noah and I had built together. After 2 years of diligent preconception care, I finally found myself expecting. However, the joy of impending motherhood was often overshadowed by the demands of frequent hospital visits, pulling me away from home. During my absences, Harper, Lamb's wife, would occupy our space. Her presence would have been tolerable had it not been for the mess she left behind and her tendency to treat me like a servant. "Isabella, I'm hungry. Fetch me something," she would command, as if it were my sole purpose to cater to her needs. Even when I was rushing off to the hospital, her requests for food delivery persisted, with no offer to contribute financially or assist in any way. Discussions with Liam proved fruitless, as he merely echoed his wife's sentiments, suggesting that our financial status absolved them of any responsibility. But the issue at hand transcended mere monetary concerns. Confrontations with Harper only led to dismissive retorts, further exacerbating my frustration. For over 6 months, their behavior had weighed heavily on me, compounded by the stresses of pregnancy. Despite confiding in Noah and seeking intervention from my parents, the situation remained unchanged. As the arrival of our baby drew nearer, the urgency to resolve these tensions intensified. While luxury was a dream for many, I understood that wealth should not be squandered, especially at the expense of others. I harbored a daily hope that Harper and Liam would cease their reckless gambling, recognizing the harm it inflicted. The strain of managing these familial conflicts, coupled with the discomforts of pregnancy, often left me seeking solace in assisting with Noah's company work from home. Engaging in seated tasks like paperwork provided a temporary respite from the turmoil. However, the worsening dynamics between Harper, Liam, and myself reached a breaking point on our anniversary. Noah and I had plans for a romantic dinner at a prestigious restaurant with a breathtaking city view, yet the looming tensions threatened to overshadow what should have been a joyous occasion. Anticipating our upcoming getaway, I made meticulous preparations. Tomorrow marked the beginning of a 3-day, 2-night retreat at a luxurious hotel, a prospect that filled me with excitement. I indulged in new clothes and a fresh hairstyle, eager to maintain the allure that Noah found in me, even at the age of 35. As always, Harper tagged along, relishing in the indulgence at my expense. Yet her presence didn't dampen my spirits. I meticulously checked our preparations, ensuring nothing was overlooked amidst the flurry of excitement. Despite the whirlwind of tasks, the prospect of our hotel stay buoyed my spirits. However, as the hours passed, Noah's anticipated return home failed to materialize, accompanied by a conspicuous absence of any message. I reassured myself, speculating that perhaps he was engrossed in work matters. But as the silence persisted, a sense of unease crept in. Just as I contemplated reaching out to his office, my phone interrupted the silence, the caller ID displaying an unknown number. Answering hesitantly, I was met with grave news: urgent summons to the hospital. "Is this Mrs. Noah? Please come to the hospital immediately," the voice urged, leaving me reeling with dread. Hastily gathering essentials, I hailed a taxi, each passing moment heavy with apprehension. Upon arrival, I was ushered into the sterile confines of the surgery waiting area. The nurse guided me to an examination room, where the doctor's grim explanation shattered my composure. Noah had been involved in a collision, his condition critical as he underwent surgery. The words hung in the air, laden with the weight of uncertainty. The doctor's cautionary words pierced through the haze of shock, preparing me for the possibility of an outcome too devastating to contemplate. In that moment, the world stood still, as the harrowing reality of the accident began to sink in. In a haze of panic, my recollection blurred as I stood outside the operating room, my desperate prayers whispered into the void. "No, please, please stay alive," I pleaded with fervor, clinging to hope amidst the uncertainty. 4 agonizing hours later, the surgery's doors creaked open, releasing a wave of dread. The doctor's solemn expression betrayed the outcome before a word was spoken. "We did our best. I'm so sorry. No, I didn't make it," came the crushing verdict, sending me spiraling into inconsolable grief. Tears flowed freely, my anguished cries echoing through the dim hospital corridor. Though a nurse attempted to offer solace, her words barely registered amidst the overwhelming loss. Moments later, my mother-in-law arrived, her own sorrow mirrored in the embrace of my father-in-law. As the weight of sorrow pressed down, a male doctor approached, extending a bouquet of flowers. "Are you his wife? Mr. Noah wanted you to have these," he explained gently, recounting Noah's final conscious moments. Despite the wreckage of the crash, the bouquet remained a poignant tribute, its petals a testament to enduring love. Within its folds lay a note, Noah's words a balm to my shattered soul. "Isabella, thank you for being by my side for 10 years. I'm always grateful. Please take care from now on," his message whispered across the chasm of loss, igniting a flood of tears. That night, my mother-in-law remained a steadfast presence, yet the ache of Noah's absence weighed heavily. The first night without him was an ordeal of unbearable loneliness, each passing moment a reminder of the chasm left in his wake. As dawn broke, my grief remained unabated, yet a gentle reminder stirred within. The life growing within me, a tangible reminder of our love. With each flutter of movement, the unborn child seemed to impart a silent message, urging me to find strength in the face of adversity. In that moment, I made a solemn vow to Noah, a whispered promise to protect our child and to navigate the uncertain road ahead with unwavering resolve. I splashed cold water on my face, attempting to wash away the traces of tears that had etched their path. A few days later, amidst somber discussions with family, we bid farewell to Noah in a solemn funeral ceremony. The gathering was a mix of mourners, family, colleagues, and business partners, each sharing in the collective grief. However, amidst the sea of mourners, one figure stood out glaringly. "Why should I wear mourning attire? It's so outdated." Harper's voice pierced through the solemnity, her flashy party dress a stark contrast to the subdued atmosphere. Her disregard for decorum drew disapproving glances, yet she remained unperturbed, even venturing into flirtation with some of the business executives, her intentions thinly veiled. Following the funeral, my mother-in-law convened a family meeting to discuss Noah's life insurance. While she advocated for my sole entitlement, dissenting voices emerged, suggesting a division of the proceeds. Harper and Liam's presence further complicated matters, with Harper audaciously suggesting that Liam, as the eldest sibling, should be the beneficiary. Her motives were transparent, driven more by greed than genuine concern. I couldn't contain my exasperation at Harper's brazenness, confronting her about her inappropriate attire and her presumptuous claims. "No matter your reasons, neither of you will see a dime of that insurance money," I asserted firmly, met with a collective agreement from the surrounding family members. Harper's flushed face betrayed her irritation as she stormed out, her first impression on the family irreparably tarnished. In that moment, amidst the tension, a sense of vindication washed over me. After years of feeling exploited, standing up to Harper felt like a small victory, a reminder that I wouldn't be taken advantage of even in the face of adversity. I held on to a fleeting hope that perhaps Harper would come to realize the boundaries of her desires, but that optimism evaporated quickly. The discussion regarding Noah's insurance was postponed, and in the days that followed the confrontation at the funeral, Harper vanished into thin air, likely consumed by her penchant for gambling. A week passed without sight of her, and the absence felt like a respite from the chaos she brought. However, one day while returning home from errands, a sense of unease crept over me as I noticed lights illuminating my house. Concerned it might be a burglar, I steeled myself, activating my phone's recorder as I approached. Attempting to unlock the door proved futile. Harper had changed the locks in my absence. Ringing the doorbell, I braced myself for confrontation, only for Harper's voice to meet me with hostility. "What are you doing? Open up," she demanded, her casual attire a stark contrast to the gravity of her actions. Then came the bombshell. "I'm taking this house with everything in it. Leave everything and go." Her words struck like a thunderbolt, a cruel reminder of the turmoil that had engulfed my life. Yet amidst the disbelief, a chilling realization dawned. These were the same words Noah's sister had uttered when he first brought me to this home. "This is Noah's house, not mine. You should leave. You don't have a husband anymore," she continued, her words laced with disdain. Her claim of doing me a favor echoed hollowly in the air, a thinly veiled attempt to assert control over what remained of my shattered world. In that moment, with the weight of her words pressing down, I made a calculated decision to step back, knowing that resistance would only weaken me further. For now, I chose to bide my time, holding on to the recording as a trump card for the future. "Fine," I conceded, though the fire of determination burned fiercely within, awaiting its moment to ignite. I uttered a firm goodbye and departed, seeking refuge with my mother-in-law, who graciously welcomed me into her home. Pouring out the tale of Harper's audacious actions, I played the recording, her shock mirroring my own. "This is akin to theft," she declared, her concern palpable. "You could seek compensation for the emotional distress," she added, urging me to seek legal counsel. Following her advice, I contacted both the authorities and a lawyer the next day. The legal expert confirmed the severity of the situation, assuring me of the possibility of obtaining compensation. Keeping my mother-in-law updated on the developments, I also relayed the ordeal to my own parents, though their attention seemed to be firmly fixated on Liam's troubles. The audacity of Harper's actions, attempting to seize a home from a pregnant woman, defied belief. Seeking solace, I wrapped my arms around my mother-in-law, finding comfort in her embrace. In a moment of solemnity, she drew back, her gaze meeting mine with unwavering sincerity. Speaking of the insurance money, she expressed her desire for me to have it, a sentiment echoed by Noah himself. With a sense of trepidation, she handed me an envelope, its contents revealing Noah's handwritten words. Tears welled in my eyes as I recognized his familiar script, a will penned in preparation for life's uncertainties. As the CEO of a thriving company, Noah had foreseen the unpredictability of existence. The letter left no room for ambiguity. All insurance proceeds and savings were to be allocated to me and our unborn child. Regarding the company, Noah had expressed hope that I might succeed him as CEO, yet acknowledged the complexities of parenthood. He suggested the option of a temporary hiatus, entrusting the company's reins to a dependable employee. I hesitated at the prospect of assuming control of Noah's company, unsure if I possessed the capabilities to fill his formidable shoes. Yet as I immersed myself in the heartfelt words of his letter, I felt his presence enveloping me, his unwavering belief in my abilities stirring a wellspring of emotion. Tears flowed freely as I allowed myself to mourn, finding solace in the comforting embrace of my mother-in-law. Once composure returned, I expressed my agreement regarding the insurance money, though the decision concerning the company required more contemplation. Graciously, she offered me refuge under her roof, a gesture I accepted with heartfelt gratitude. Exhaustion weighed heavily on me, and I succumbed to sleep with surprising ease. The following day, bolstered by my mother-in-law's encouragement, I embarked on a journey of legal proceedings. Armed with the guidance of a lawyer, I navigated the intricate maze of paperwork, finding reassurance in the assurance of due compensation. Sharing the day's events with my mother-in-law, I discovered she had already disseminated the news among our family members. My own parents, disillusioned by Liam's actions, distanced themselves from the ordeal, leaving me with a sense of disappointment. A few days later, a call from the police signaled the culmination of our efforts. Accompanied by law enforcement, I bore witness to the swift hand of justice as Harper and Liam faced the consequences of their actions. Their expressions of shock and fear provided a semblance of closure, though the road to redemption remained uncertain. With their eviction from the rented apartment and the acknowledgement of their wrongdoing, I hoped this ordeal would serve as a wake-up call. Yet their journey towards repentance and restitution had only just begun. Returning to the familiarity of my high-rise apartment, I shared my decision with my mother-in-law, a renewed sense of purpose guiding my resolve. Embracing Noah's legacy as my own, I vowed to honor his memory by continuing his work as CEO. As I gazed upon a photograph of Noah, a sense of belonging washed over me. "I'm home," I whispered, a smile gracing my lips as I embraced the future with renewed determination.